Well, it's a great time to talk about gardening, and welcome to Mid-American Gardener. It's a show dedicated to good gardening and finding answers to your gardening questions. I'm Sandy Mason. I'm with the University of Illinois Extension. I'm horticulture educator for Champaign, Ford, Iroquois, and Vermilion counties here in Illinois. And I'll be filling in for Diane Nolan this evening. And we always have top-notch panelists, and tonight is no different. So we have a number of people, and Chuck, always good to see you here.
Yes.
So why don't you introduce yourself?
I am Chuck Voigt. I'm in the Department of Crop Sciences at the University of Illinois. My specialty is vegetables and herbs. So if you have questions about those things, those would be good things to direct to me tonight. I do have a show and tell tonight.
All right.
I was planting some seeds today and got to thinking about broomcorn. And we have a broomcorn festival down the road here in Arcola in September. And this is sort of a modern one. You can see it has long straw, kind of brownish seeds, which are not unattractive. But these two are a little more interesting, a red one and a black one. I got these from a lady who found out I was a seed saver and those kinds of things. I traded her some potatoes. She gave me these. These were from Hungary. Her husband, his brother was still in Hungary, and they went to visit him, and they got this black-seeded one and red-seeded one, and she was kind enough to share those with me, and I grow them in separation so that they don't get all muddled up. And I shared them with other people through Seed Savers, and lo and behold, now almost every catalog has colored seeded broomcorn. Cool. So I feel at least minorly responsible for that. But cool. It's great fun. You can use these in dried arrangements. They don't have to be gigantic dried arrangements. You can cut this to length and then just put a floral pick on it and use it in an arrangement that way. They're just cool. And if you get real back to the land, you can strip the seeds and make your own brooms. But it's not quite that simple.
So are the seeds eaten, or are they used for wildlife?
Right, they're basically sorghums. So,
yeah, so
the seeds would be just like a grain sorghum, pretty much.
Okay. So, and they're pretty, so can't beat that.
Yeah.
And then Marianne.
Good evening, dear. I'm Marianne Metz. I'm a horticulturist and landscape designer, and I have show and tell this evening also.
Right.
And what I've brought this evening, and I thought fitting for the time of year, towards the end of May and Memorial Day, were peonies. And I love peonies, and it's a very diverse genus. I remember Memorial Day being called Decoration Day.
Sure.
And this was the traditional flower to be taken to the cemeteries. And gosh, I just needed to point out the difference in the forms of the flowers of the peonies. This one didn't quite open up well enough because of the coolness of the air, this pink, but just the color differences are striking. But then the forms of the flowers, this is a very large double, and this is a semi-double in a coral coloration, which is pretty new in the world of peonies and just stunning. The Japanese form flower with one row of petals that has a lovely, actually they're a aborted stamen, also a Japanese form, but how different they look, and also a Japanese form, how different they look. So I just love peonies, and the fragrance, I don't know if you guys can smell them, but it's they're really very nice. Mm-hmm. So, and the colors are just stunning, and they last for a very long time. And if you cut them and take them somewhere, not in water, you can put a fresh cut on them, and they come out beautifully.
So that's great. And actually I think people are used to maybe the older ones that tended to flop, but
exactly.
A lot of the new cultivars stand up better. You don't have
yes.
to stake them, and
that's exactly right.
They have some really good qualities in some of the
yes.
newer cultivars.
Many of them have been bred to have that stronger stem and be better for the gardens when we have the spring rains.
Right. And if people ever get a chance, if they're anywhere near Monticello and Allerton Park, they have a fabulous peony garden there with all kinds of new varieties.
Exactly.
And it's really a great place to see which ones you like and which ones you want to buy.
That's exactly right.
Okay, great. And Shane?
Hi, I'm Shane Coulter from Country Arbors Nursery in Urbana and also Coulter Nurseries in Onarga, Illinois. And my specialty is pretty much plants, and we do stone and rock and mulch and anything that really is in your yard. I answer questions about it all day, and I will do it here this evening as well. And also today I had a nice little show and tell, something a little different. We all probably know Astilbes, But this one's a little different. This is a Stilby on steroids. This one is going to get 5 feet tall.
Yeah.
And last year a new variety came out called Mighty Pip, and it was pink, and it was very popular, and it was monstrous. And they have a picture in the catalogs of a little girl next to it, and she's probably 3 or 4 feet tall, and it makes it look even bigger than her. And this year they came out with a new red variety, and it's got a beautiful red color, and again, it gets huge, it gets monstrous. Like any Stilby, you got to watch the water. It's going to take a lot of water. You can cheat and put a little plastic bag or something to help hold the water in. But you can imagine a 5-foot plant with these beautiful flowers is going to be something that's going to get a lot of questions. So something I thought was a little different this year and pretty neat, and so I brought it in to show everybody.
So very nice. So wind is probably a big issue for these guys. That's the thing I noticed.
It was
on
stronger
really windy
than I
states.
thought.
But this one's good?
Yeah, it was stronger than I thought. But again, when something's 5 feet tall, obviously wind's an issue. But it needs to be in the shade, so if it's getting blasted with the wind, it may not be the best location anyway.
Okay, so
it needs
find
a
that
little
right
protection.
spot. Wow,
It's
I
nice
really
to
want
have
to see
something
that
that
one.
flowers that nicely
Yes.
in
In
a
the
shady
shade.
location.
Exactly.
Exactly. It's hard to find that.
Yeah, fabulous. Ooh, nice. I always like new plants. I love new plants. And we actually have a video email for us to see what kind of questions you have.
This is our blackberry patch, and we've had a lot of fruit on them the last couple of years, but they've really gotten out of control. We don't know exactly how to cut them back, where to cut them back. They do seem to be thornless, so that's good, so we can work with them, but we don't know how to set them up. And we tried to thin this guy out over here, so we'll see how it works. But any advice you can give us would be great. Thank you.
Blackberries. I think a lot of people, the idea of raspberries and blackberries sounds wonderful, but they take some care, don't they?
They do. They do. And blackberries are rampant growers, as you've shown us. And they need more cutting back than novices feel comfortable doing. The one you showed us that you cut back looks pretty good to me. Just generally, as they come out of winter and the buds are just starting to break, would be a good time to do it. Anything that's dead, cut it back to the ground and get rid of it. Anything that looks strong and vigorous, head that back. Very similar to what you did with that one. And then anything that looks kind of like a wheat cane, take that out too, because they tend to make way too much growth. And you really need to kind of keep them in bounds so that they don't. When they're doing well, they yield so much that if they're left to their own devices, they'll flop down on the ground and be a problem. You're extremely lucky that they're thornless, because only the brave go into to prune the thorny ones, because those are like fish hooks that just rip you up.
Definitely.
So it really needs to be something that's cared for every year. It's like a lot of things. You
Yes.
really need to do a little care every year, and then maybe you won't get quite so out of bounds.
Right. Just
Easier
get
said
on
than
a spring schedule and it should work fine.
Okay, great. I actually I love seeing the video emails, and because it really helps us sometimes when we get
definitely.
phone questions. Sometimes it's really hard. So hopefully you can also send in your video or email at yourgarden@gmail.com, and we love those. Send pictures, videos, whatever. It really helps us a lot. So thank you very much. Okay, we're going to go some calls now, and on line 2, we have a sweet potato question. What's your question for us?
How do you start sweet potato plants? Well, you just take healthy roots from the previous season. Hopefully not grocery store roots, but something from that's been saved for seed. Put them in some sort of a fairly deep container. Put them on the bottom. Cover them with a light medium. I use 50-50 peat and perlite. Traditionally they use sand, but that weighs a ton if you try to move them around at all. They are roots, but they will form adventitious shoots. Kind of like that grade school thing where you put them in water and they shot out shoots, only you're doing it under this medium, and then what happens is when they break through the top of the medium, that part gets leaves and turns green. What's beneath has already made roots, And so you just pull that loose from the mother root, and then you have a rooted cutting called a slip, and those are what you plant out into the garden. You want to bed the sweet potatoes around here in the mid-America sometime in late April, early May, because you really don't want them outside until about Memorial Day, because they're a tropical plant, and if they get chilled, it really slows them up and stunts them, and to the point where they would do better planted later than the ones that were planted earlier.
So is it too late to start your own slips now that we're looking mid-May?
It's not necessarily. I've
We're getting
planted
close,
I've
so-
planted them as
okay.
late as the 4th of July and gotten fairly good results, but it would be better
Okay.
to have them ready to go out about Memorial Day, the 1st of June.
Okay.
So
Okay,
you would
great,
plan
good
on 2 or
question.
3 weeks to produce the slips.
And yes, 2 to 3 weeks. It varies from variety to variety. I have about 70, so some of them sprout in storage, and you can bed those and have plants in about 7 to 10 days. And then some of the more modern cultivars don't sprout very much in storage
Right.
because they keep better, and that's good if you're going to be using them throughout the off season.
Sure.
Okay.
But then they sprout slower as well. So I'm always kind of, oh my gosh, is it going to come? Because the others are, growing toward the roof of the greenhouse, and I'm waiting on some of those.
But good question. It's good. Good opportunity. Okay. And on line 4, we have a person who has a question about their oak tree.
Yes. I have an oak tree, 25 to 30 feet tall, and it's just being eaten alive by a little bug.
Eaten alive by a little bug. So right now, it's being eaten alive by a little bug.
It's about 5 feet around, and they're on the back of the leaves, and it's lacy. It just looks like a lacy tree. I haven't seen this on any of my other trees.
So are you actually seeing the insect?
Pardon?
Are you seeing an actual insect, or are you just seeing the damage?
Oh no, I'm seeing the little insect. They're about an 1/8 to a 16th of an inch long, and they're not white. They're just real pale yellow, and the backs of the leaves are just covered with them.
This is when we need a picture
Yeah, wouldn't that be
or a
great?
video. I'm not sure what that
Gosh,
is.
I haven't seen damage like that. I don't
Yeah.
know. I haven't had-
Yeah.
Nobody's come in with it yet. so-
Yeah, I haven't seen that either because we're so early for insect. We
Yes,
typically
right.
don't see a lot of
Right.
these insect feeders until much later. So I have a feeling probably what we're going to need is either send us a picture, or you can take it to your local extension office. You can take the actual insects into the local extension office. I'm sure they can probably help you from that. But usually, unless it's really huge problem, it may not be anything that we have to worry about all that much. But I'm afraid we can't give you much more info on that unless anybody's.
Better
I've
idea
seen
than
some
insect.
oak tatters this spring, but that's not from
Not
an
an insect,
insect.
right?
yeah.
Not an insect. So sorry, we can't help you a little bit more with that one. So okay. And on line 3, we have a tomato hornworm question. The dreaded tomato hornworm. You have a question for us?
Yes. Every year I seem to get invaded with tomato worms, and so far my control has been just take them off and throw them out for the birds.
There you go.
Exactly.
How do I prevent them?
Oh, he wants to prevent him.
That's no fun.
Wow.
The birds like him.
the probably, I don't know that you can overall prevent them, but if you scout really well when the first ones come out and thin those out, then the second generation doesn't multiply. It's nice that that's one, unless you have acreage, on 15 or 20 or even 40 tomato plants, it's pretty easy to walk down. You can see where the damage is. Usually there's droppings under where they've been feeding, and just go up, and early in the day, later in the day seems to be an easier time to find them. When the sun's directly overhead, they kind of blend in with the foliage. Also, as it gets hotter, they tend to hide a little bit. But hand picking is about the best.
Yeah.
And then as the season goes on, if you see any of them with the little cocoons appearing on the back, leave those, because those will go on and infect others, and so you want to leave those. But
Yeah, and it's really sad because the hornworm is actually a beautiful sphinx moth. I mean,
Yeah,
it's a
it is.
gorgeous moth.
Yeah.
So you're right, but of course we have to have the caterpillars get the moth. So
Right.
it's a tough call. I know.
Yeah,
But we don't want them eating our tomatoes either.
Tell
right?
mine to go out on those solanaceous weeds,
I was gonna say if you could
And-
pick
and-
a
and they
different
mind, right?
plant.
and not so much. But
Not so much.
I would pick a different place. I think we're going to go ahead and go. We have actually some mail that we
Okay.
want to go
Yes,
ahead and
we
get to. So why don't we just go ahead and do those?
Okay, mine is from a person who says, I would like to put out lettuce this year. Do you have any suggestions for success? In their defense, this came in the 1st of April, which would be a pretty good time to plant lettuce.
Right.
We're getting to the point where the cool season is going to be over one of these days, today notwithstanding. To grow good lettuce, just a moderately fertile soil, high in organic matter, plant it. You can plant lettuce as soon as you can work the soil at all in the spring. Some people even talk about throwing it on the snow and letting it plant itself if the soil was worked up in the fall. It grows pretty quickly in the cool season, 30, 40 days you can have leaf lettuce. The one kind of lettuce here in Mid-America that we don't do a good job of is crisp head iceberg types. So maybe buy those at the supermarket and early, and then again late summer, early fall. It's beautiful in the fall. If you must grow lettuce in the summer, something that has to be heat resistant, something like an oak leaf, deer tongue, or any of the intensely red ones seem to do better in heat. I think the red ones, the pigment in the red ones tends to block out some of the heat from the sun. And so they do a little better through that. Also in the heat of summer, if you could plant it where it's going to be shaded by something taller, like put it behind your corn plantation or your tomatoes or something, where it's not getting the full brunt of the sun beating down on it.
Okay, great. And actually, we're going to go ahead and go to a caller. We have a caller that has a question about maple trees. What can we do for you?
Yes, I was wondering, we have a large maple tree. It's 15 to 20 years old about, and this year it has leafed out, but the leaves are sort of shriveling and curling in, and they have brown spots on them. They don't seem to have any insects. I've looked at them. There don't seem to be any insects on them at all.
Well, it just so happens I brought show and tell, and I know you all have seen the same thing. So what's going on here,
Many
folks?
times.
I know, Shane, you were talking about.
Yeah, it's we knew she knew so that
I
somebody she
brought
didn't
it.
even show it earlier because we were so positive that someone was going to call on this. It's it's anthracnose, and it seems to be silver maples, which silver maples are never any fun.
But if you have
other
those,
than
nice.
growing fast, silver maples have a lot going on, and this year you're looking at it.
And it actually looks almost, and usually what people say, it looks black or blighted.
Right.
And they actually have a couple of different, besides, it seems to be, you said red and silver seem to be the worst. There's a couple of other diseases that are actually a maple leaf spot as well as a leaf blister. So sometimes it looks a little bit different, but it's pretty much all the same thing in the sense that these are leaf problems. The leaves sometimes will go ahead and fall off, which sometimes it's really scary. But the good news is,
Yeah, it's not. It's ornamental.
kill.
yeah, it's not right. They're going to go ahead and often they'll go ahead and re-leaf. So that's the good news.
And you have to do a lot of raking.
Yes,
of
you may
all
have
the
to do
leaves
a little
that have dropped.
raking right now because
Which
they'll
is
go ahead
important,
and lose those
actually.
leaves.
You should get the diseased
Yeah.
material away
Absolutely.
from the tree.
Right. So we're certainly seeing a lot of it on maple. We've also seen it on ash, but even oaks and a few other trees will actually also get anthracnose, and certainly sycamores
yeah,
and some
certainly.
of those get anthracnose.
And cool, wet weather
Absolutely.
early on is what really accentuates it.
It was perfect.
And the other thing is new leaves and hot winds gives that same effect. If you were to
Right.
take a tree and drive in the back of a truck without a tarp, it's going to do the same thing. So there, that look is when it first started, there was a couple things that we asked, and then after the 1,000th question, we kind of figured out exactly what was going on. But it is ornamental, but it's scary to look at your big tree that you prize so much to see it looking like that. But everything will work out.
They should
be
leaf out
fine.
just good maintenance, water during drought, all those good things, mulch, all those good things. Great. So great question. I was hoping somebody to ask.
Yeah, me too.
And actually, I think you also have a call.
Yes, I do. And uncanny, it's about peonies,
Oh,
which I
go
just brought for show
figure.
and tell. This person says there's a new peony out, which I believe is a cross between a tree peony and a regular peony. What can you tell me about it? Does it die back to the ground in the winter, or is it a woody shrub like a tree peony? What kind of care does it require? Well, there is a new one out. It's called, they're referred to as Ito hybrids. It is a true hybrid between herbaceous peonies and tree peonies. And they're just lovely, lovely plants, not quite as large as a tree peony, maybe about the same size as a herbaceous peony. And what they do is have all the best traits of both of those two types of peonies. They do die back almost to the ground in the wintertime, which is unlike the tree peony, but certainly like the herbaceous peony. Their flowers are a little more exotic, like the tree peonies, and they're a lovely addition to the garden. The care is going to be almost exactly like herbaceous peonies. They'll probably tolerate a tiny bit of shade like tree peonies do. Their soil will need to be light and friable, rich. So amend the soil, make it sure it's well drained. Peonies do not like to sit in water by any means. So they're very easy care, much like the other peonies.
Okay.
Are the flowers a little more durable, more like the herbaceous peonies?
I would say they're
because my tree peonies they're gorgeous, but this year it was hot, it was windy, and it was like a 2-day process from wow to
beautiful to nothing. Yeah, so they are slightly more durable than a tree peony.
That's good.
And very in looks very much like tree peonies. So
Yeah, I have a beautiful
nice.
yellow one with super heavy petaled, and it seems to bloom really well. So they probably don't last as long as your regular garden peony, but
No,
there seems to
but-
be quite a few flowers keep coming on. So
a little better than tree peonies.
and
so.
then price, I can tell people it's going to be a little scary these first couple
yes,
of years
yes, it is.
on those
Anything new
prices.
is.
So I've been assured that down the road they will actually become cheaper than tree peonies because the process is a little easier. But right now that they are a little on the expensive
little
side.
pricey.
But
Perfect
they're
for
worth it.
It's kind of like ostriches and emus 10 or 15 years ago. When
Yes.
they sold and then
That's what I always
Exactly.
tell people. It's
Okay.
just like an ostrich.
Okay. And we're going to try to take a quick call. On line 2, we have a question about hydrangeas. You have a question for us?
Yes, thank you.
Uh-huh.
My daughter is moving and she wants to take her hydrangea with her. So I dug it tonight. It's blue, and I was wondering if there's something I should treat the soil with before I replant it in the
Okay.
morning.
Blue hydrangea, treat the soil. What do you think, Shane?
Well, I think she just dug it, so she better get it planted very quickly.
ASAP.
Yeah, you probably picked one of the worst times to dig it, but I understand that you want to get it to your
Maybe she want
daughter.
to.
But I'd probably cut it back in half because those flowers are not going to come on. So
No.
I would cut it back in half. I would concentrate more on the survival of the plant rather than the soil conditions. But you do want acidic, aluminum sulfate or ammonium sulfate, either one, to get the soil acidic. But I would really worry about cutting it back, getting it planted, watering it in, and keeping that water on the plant here for the next several weeks to make sure it survives.
I would consider adding a little bit of compost material to the
Compost,
soil,
anything
the,
to hold
the planting
water.
site,
Yep.
to make that
And
soil a little bit better for the
little
plant.
richer.
Anything you can do for the plant.
Yeah.
pine needle mulch.
Yeah.
Pine needle mulch would be excellent.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't have the optimal times to do
No, we
things,
don't.
so we
That's
just
right.
have to kind of do it.
No.
And actually, we have a great fun fact, so we're going to go right to that. And so stay tuned. We'll be right back. You know, we talk about hydrangeas and peonies having large flowers. Now that is a large flower, the
Yes, it
corpse
is.
flower, which only makes you wonder what it smells like.
I don't want to
Not
know.
good, I'm betting. I don't know that
Smells
I
like
want
rotted
that one.
meat.
I'm thinking that's
you.
not one I want in my yard.
My TA brought a smaller one to class in a plastic container, raised the lid, and in the back of a 250-seat auditorium, they complained immediately.
Oh my.
Smelly, very, very smelly. And I think you have, actually, do you have a quick answer to one of your
I do have a
questions
quick. Somebody wrote in or emailed in, I have a dense grass that needs to be thin. They've already cut it down to 8 inches, but they are having trouble getting it out of the ground. We've always said it is tougher to dig a large grass out than it is a tree. It's that dense of roots. And the key to everything to me is a good spade, a sharp spade. You're going to really sharpen that, work the edges. Some people say cut it into squares. I don't. I say dig around and keep digging around until you can get it out. And then the good spade help plop it out. So you want to dig down until you meet in a point, get it out, and then cut it with a Sawzall or a sharp knife, and then break it up from there. But it's a lot of work, but it's only a lot of work. Nothing else. Nothing else special except
They absolutely are a lot of work.
Yeah.
And it always goes so fast, and we always have such great questions. And thank you all for helping out. And we had a good selection of questions too. So I think it really worked out nice. And certainly remember, you can always send us videos. You can send us pictures. We love pictures. Email us. We love it. So another great gardening question session, isn't it? For sure.
It is. It's that time of year.
So I hope you'll join us next week for Mid-American Gardener. Thank you very much for joining us.